What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. The Red Table Talk is a trash show. And again, it's starting Jada Pinkett, Willow Smith, her mother. It's, you know, if you want to talk about, guys, corruption on a show, nepotism, this is it. 3 highly untalented people that nobody in the world cares about on a goddamn show on Facebook. Nevertheless, we proceed. Now, Will Smith has allowed himself to be emasculated on this show. So people are wondering, now that Will Smith has slapped the hell out of Chris Rock, when will you allow Will Smith to be emasculated on your show so that you can make money off of the fact that he's destroyed his goddamn life? And then Jada Pinkett says this: take music, considering all that has happened in the last few weeks. The Smith family has been focusing on deep healing. Some of the discoveries around our healing will be shared when the time calls. Until then, the table will continue offering its help to powerful, inspiring, and healing testimonies like that of our incredibly impressive first guest. Stop the show. You guys don't offer shit to anybody. Seriously. Okay? I just want you to realize that. Terrible. Now, what that means is, once the time is right, we're going to emasculate Will Smith on the Red Table Talk again, just like I did with August Alsina, for me to get more money and more views at his expense. But I want to talk about the deep healing part, okay? Because I want to talk about this about black men, many men in the world. I don't care what race you are, but especially black men. You know, many times you guys are looking all around for your enemies, and your enemies are right there in your family. Your enemies are some of your friends. And the person who's going to cause your demise is the person that you probably sleep in the bed with every day, or one of your kids, or the person who borrows money from you every day. And you're looking at everybody else calling them haters, and the haters that you have right there are right there in your goddamn house. Let me tell you what I mean. MC Hammer, guys from the Bay Area. If you guys are in America, you remember Hammer in the 80s and the early 90s? Bro, you're talking about a guy that was selling like 30 million albums. The guy was super rich, super successful. But do you know what? Do you know what happened to MC Hammer? Friends, people close to him, people that he loved, they wanted him on the Red Table Talk show. What does that mean? Well, they wanted to exploit him. So he hired all of these people, all of these no talent bastards, all of these people who could do nothing for him, building a life of luxury, bowling alleys inside of stuff. And then to the point where the payroll got, so he's giving back to everybody and nobody gave him anything. Guess who ended up broke? He did. And when he did, all those people left. But see, if he would have let them people go and worried about himself, you know, people would have been hating, but we would be talking about MC Hammer as probably one of the richest people in Black America. Because if that money would have been invested, even in the stock market in the 80s, even in businesses in the 80s, in the tech world in the 80s, Hammer would be a billionaire today. But we're not talking about Hammer being a billionaire. We're talking about Hammer being one of the biggest flops of all time. Because the people closest to him wanted to use him. And we're talking about deep healing. How can you deep heal with people who don't like you? Like, it's obvious Willow Smith doesn't like him. It's obvious her mama doesn't like him. It's obvious that the wife doesn't like him. How in the hell can you heal around people who just don't like you? Is it that everybody can get with that but black men? Like, bro, you cannot deal amongst people who don't like you. For an example, I have a buddy of mine, I won't mention his name. His son the other day went to go play basketball. The kids jumped him. One of his so-called friends sat there and watched all of it. This is supposed to be his best friend now. But if his friend was getting into it, he would help him. But then when he got jumped, his friend left with the other guys. And now the kid wants to go back and play basketball with them. Why? They've already showed you that they're not your friends. You can never deep heal with enemies. It is better for you to be by yourself. Well, what I have noticed is that a lot of black men, once they get married, or if they get married at a younger age, you know, guys like us who are a little bit older and that's never been married. Let's say if I get married at 40, 41, late 30s, it would be easier for me to go back to living by myself because I've, you know, been by myself for a long time. But I noticed that some of you black men out there who've been married, you know, in your younger age and things like that, you've been with your wife for so long, you don't know how to have an identity outside of her. And that's going to be a very problematic thing. So everything that she's doing, good or bad, it doesn't matter. You stay there because you're just used to it. It's no different than the slave being let free and then going back. You know what they said about certain slaves. They look left, they look right to freedom. And some of them went right back to slavery. That's what you're used to. You can't free yourself. And you want to heal with people who just don't want you there. You don't have no real permanent interest in that. That's the problem. And you see so many broken down men that keep staying in situations. I know it because I've seen it in my own personal family. I've seen men. I've seen many people go through this and just get beat down. The person who needs to do some healing is Jada. Because Jada is the problem. We know that Will is a problem, but Jada needs help. Those kids need help. Because what would they be without him? She don't think she needs some help. She needs deep healing. You sat there and laughed when he slapped Chris Rock. And then you sat there and you threw him under the bus. You threw him under the bus. But that's what you guys get when you hang around people who don't fuck with you. You know, I'm telling you right now, 41, I don't even care about having friends anymore. I just don't care. I used to care. I wouldn't even care about what people thought about. I don't care what people think about me now. I'm hood rich now. I don't care. It doesn't matter. You don't like me? Oh yeah, you're dusty. So what? Yeah, I'm dusty and what? I don't care. Kiss my ass. If you don't like it, I just don't care. It's your problem, not mine. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I already appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe to the bell. Check out the first comment at the top. And as you know, the bullying for remains an all-time high. I'm out.